Hello everyone, welcome back. Today, I'm gonna go over my top 10 moments from Deadpool and Wolverine. I was gonna do a spoiler review, but I think it would just be a little more entertaining if I tell you the top 10 moments that made me go, whoa, or made me laugh. My favorite moments. My opinion. This essentially does spoil the movie, so I don't need to do a spoiler review. You get it? You with me? Let's get into it. Henry fucking Cavill. I saw a rumor on Facebook maybe a year ago. Confirmed! Henry Cavill will play a variant of Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine. I scrolled past it and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I never believe anything I see, and I try to avoid all movie news. I hate knowing things. And then you see the back of this one Wolverine variant, and the back, huge. And I was like, no, it's not true, is it? And then he turns around, and it's Henry fucking Cavill. Henry Cavill is my man crush, has been since I saw Man of Steel. The man is a legend. So I was very excited to see Henry Cavill. It got me going. I was like, hell yeah. And this is early in the movie, so I saw this and I was like, oh, we're really going to get a exciting movie with cameos that are just going to bring out the inner child in all of us. So, I mean, thumbs up to Ryan Reynolds for getting this done. Henry Cavill is sort of turned into like the cameo man. Black Adam, this, Argyle earlier this year. Can somebody please cast Henry Cavill in a role and use him, please? This is a moment from the end of the film when Deadpool tricks Wolverine to sacrifice himself to save the universes. It's a bit convoluted what's actually going on, but the moment itself is Deadpool has to link one energy chamber to another. So he's going to use his body as a conductor he can't reach. Wolverine comes in to save the day, holds his hand, connects the circuit, kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, that ending when they're all holding hands to share the power. Very similar here. Wolverine's costume rips open, you see someone else's body, that's not Hugh Jackman. And the Madonna song, I think, was playing like a prayer, and it was just like, it was awesome. It's two bros coming together. It's like a rom-com, but this is the big kiss at the end, you know? Except they don't kiss, they just hold hands, save the universe, and I was sitting there just like, fuck yeah. I love it. It is so wholesome and nice. We need more of this in movies. I am sick of nihilism, I am sick of cynicism, I don't need big third act, catastrophes, just something simple. Good music, good actors with chemistry. That's it. Chris Evans turns up in this movie, and when you see him, Captain America, right? It had totally escaped my brain that he played Johnny Storm in the Fantastic Four almost 20 years ago, and he shows up and he's all proper and it's like, it's fucking Cap. And then Deadpool's like, he's gonna say it, talking about Avengers Assemble. And instead of saying that, he goes, flame on! And I was like, I lost it. I thought that was great because I haven't seen them in a long time, but as a kid, I liked those Fantastic Four movies. Sure, they're not works of art, but they're fun. And Chris Evans as Johnny Storm was so much fun. He was awesome in those movies. And just to see it was great. I love Chris Evans. He was used perfectly here. They even make a comment, do you know what he was doing to the budget? Because he doesn't last forever. And it's just fun, man. Fun. Okay, we're into cameo territory. This is essentially what this movie is. So let me tell you about the next cameo that got me. I saw, like the Henry Cavill thing, I saw that Elektra was confirmed to be in the movie on Facebook. I hate Facebook for spoiling things. I didn't, however, see that Wesley Snipes was going to be in this movie as Blade. Dude, that was a shock. That was the first cameo that really shocked me. We saw Henry and I was like, no way. Saw Elektra, I'm like, whatever, I don't really care. Then the man, Wesley Snipes, turned up. Looking good. He has a line in here, there's only one Blade, always will be. And I was like, That felt like improv. I'm like, yeah, Wesley, you're the fucking man. The Demolition Man. Good to see Wesley back, and good to see that he wasn't just in and out cameo. He had a little bit to do. It was like Spider-Man No Way Home. Wasn't gratuitous cameo. He played a role. I loved it. And the next cameo that also got me, like Wesley, was Channing Tatum. Now, this is one that only movie nerds are really going to understand. 10 years ago, I can't remember when, but there was always talk about Channing Tatum playing Gambit. For the longest time. It was gonna happen, it wasn't gonna happen. We've moved on, and that was the point of these cameos. Deadpool's like, these are forgotten heroes. And so it was just really satisfying to see Channing Tatum, who I love in his own right, a great comedic actor, love him, come in as Gambit. And I was like, fuck, that's so cool. My dad, who I saw it with, he's sitting next to me like, what the fuck's going on? But I was like, yes. And then he starts speaking in the accent. I forget what accent it's meant to be. It doesn't sound terrible. I understood what he was going for. But Deadpool's like, who's your dialect coach? It's just... I gotta thank Ryan Reynolds. He has to be the one that did all this. A true fan. He's one of us. Let's talk about Nice Pool. This is Ryan Reynolds in a really sort of armored Deadpool. He's a variant with the long flowing hair. He's like a yogi, really, grating. He has Mary Poppins, the dog with the tongue out. So they run into him a few times throughout the movie, and everybody, he's going to die because he has the golden guns that Deadpool had in the trailer. So you're like, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. And his death comes at the end of the movie when Deadpool and Wolverine are fighting all the Deadpool variants. And Deadpool's using his body as a shield. And it reminded me of Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, where he's holding the woman as she's getting machine gunned, and he's like, why won't you die?
Why won't you die?
And Deadpool's just dragging this obvious dummy dressed as Deadpool. I'm a sucker for dumb, innocent comedy like that. I don't need highbrow comedy. I love it. But just simple gags crack me up. And I think I was one of the harder laughers in the theater at that point because I just thought of Austin Powers. It's very funny. This is going to be an interesting thing to say because you're probably not expecting this to be one of my top 10 moments, but the opening of the movie where Deadpool is killing all the TVA agents set to Bye 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 by NSYNC in the forest, that was hype. They had to have like a professional dancer playing Deadpool in those cutaway shots where he's like bouncing around. That song kicks ass. Deadpool bouncing around kicks ass. The way the action was filmed is very stylish. It's very in that Deadpool way where the credits are very creatively done. I was sitting there like, and it's about 5 minutes into the movie, and I'm just like, yes, setting the tone, people. It was so much, I keep saying it, fun. It was fun. I'm sitting there thinking, fuck yeah, I'm gonna love this movie. And I did. All right, let's go back to the credits scene I said I'd talk about. So in the movie, Chris Evans is killed because Deadpool sort of rats him out to the villain, Cassandra Nova. He sort of says, Johnny Storm said you're a bitch, you're a this, none of that, none of this. And we didn't see it in the movie. And Chris Evans, Johnny Storm, is like, no, that's not true. Then at the end of the movie, Deadpool is back in the TVA and he goes, here, come watch this. He really did say all this. And Deadpool baits Johnny Storm into speaking his mind about this character, Cassandra Nova. And Chris Evans' delivery, and just the funny things he says. And it's just that quick talking, funny Chris Evans way. And he's playing Johnny Storm, a character that was wholesome 20 years ago. And now he's just a dirtbag. It's a perfect way to end the movie. And this last point I want to make, it's not essentially a moment, it's more a collection of moments. But some of Deadpool's meta jokes in this movie really were funny. Really funny. In a way, the other movies weren't to me, where the jokes were so on topic, sharp and biting. I was like, yes. And they weren't too niche, or niche, however you pronounce that word, that everyone got the joke. The part where he's in the TVA and he goes up to the camera and he's like, "Fuck you, Fox, I'm going to Disneyland." And he smashes the lens, then runs away. The cinema died. Hilarious. The part where he leans into Wolverine and he's like, "Disney's gonna make you do this till you're 90. The cinema, dead. And then when Deadpool says to, I forget who he's talking to, but he's talking about Wolverine again. He's like, he's not gonna get his shirt off in this one because, you know, he's let himself go since the divorce. I don't know what it's like in every other country. Hugh Jackman is one of us, and the divorce was big news between Hugh Jackman and his wife, now ex-wife. Very sad situation because everyone loves Hugh and that was a long relationship. So when Deadpool said that, the cinema were like, oh, like, and then we started laughing. Very funny. And that's it. Those are my top 10 moments. Hey guys, you must think I'm a spastic because that was only 9 things. I'm editing the video and I realized I forgot to talk about one thing. Wolverine masking up was goated. What a moment. He looks sick. And Hugh Jackman's got like the chin under that mask to look sick. The eyes were a little bit strange to me at times, but for the first time we've seen it, yes. And it was right at the moment, at the climax. Madonna's playing badass. If you've seen my review, you know my opinion on this movie. It might not age well. It's designed to be seen in a cinema, big audience, first time, because there's gaps for applause and cheers when the cameos turn up. There's referential humor to the cameos that will be dated in 5 years' time. So I think by me just having this video and saying, these are the moments that I just loved. I sat there like a child. I think that's more wholesome than actually reviewing the movie, because I don't view it as a movie. It's an experience, an event, and every couple years we get events like this. We can't criticize them. For all the disrespect we get as fans in every other franchise now, even Marvel itself at times, when we get these wholesome moments, let's just embrace them. Let's move beyond criticism. This is an event, a concert, a best hits reel. Sit there, enjoy it, like I did. And everybody, I thank you for watching my video. See you next time. Bye.